Good afternoon, students. In last class, we have studied regarding the chapter Chemical Energetics, and in today's class, we will start with ionic equilibrium. In ionic equilibrium chapter, today we will discuss regarding what is ionic equilibrium, what are electrolytes, types of electrolytes, in that strong electrolytes, weak electrolytes, and one more term, degree of ionization, we will discuss in today's class. So let us start with introduction of equilibrium. Equilibrium is the state at which the concentration of reactant and products do not change with the time. Means the equilibrium is a condition where the concentration of the reactant and product remains same. Equilibrium may also be defined as the state of process in which properties like temperature, pressure, color, concentration of the system do not show any change with time. Now, what is ionic equilibrium? The process of solvation, like other reversible chemical and physical changes, tends towards an equilibrium. At ionic equilibrium, the rate of solute dissociation equals to the rate of precipitation. Ionic equilibrium, what happens? The rate of dissociation is equal to the rate of precipitation. Example, you can take silver chloride. The rate of dissociation is equal to the rate of precipitation in this reaction. So Ksp represents the rate of solubility product. Sp means the solubility products. In next classes we will study regarding the solubility products also. Now, what are electrolytes? An electrolyte is a substance that dissociates in water into charged particles called ions. There may be a positively charged ion, considered as cation. There may be a negatively charged ion, considered as anion. Basically, an electrolyte is a substance that dissociates in water into charged particles, or you may also call substances that give ions when dissolved in water. The substances which we are dissolving in water, they give ions. Such a type of substances are called the electrolytes. Next is types of electrolytes. Depending upon the extent of ionization, the electrolytes are divided into two classes. How much the given substance undergo ionization, depending on that, the electrolytes are divided into two classes. Those are strong electrolytes and then weak electrolytes. And then strong electrolytes which are dissociated in a solution to a large extent or almost completely, and whose solutions consequently behave as very good conductors of electricity, are termed as strong electrolytes. Strong electrolytes means they will completely dissociate into their ions. Such type of substances are called the strong electrolytes. You may give the example: strong acids, strong bases, and salts also considered as the strong electrolytes. These are the substances which, when dissolved in water, they completely dissociate into their ions, and whose solutions consequently behave as very good conductors of electricity. Such type of substances are called strong electrolytes. Strong electrolytes examples we will discuss. In case of strong electrolytes, for example salts, Consider KCl. It composed of oppositely charged ions. Potassium chloride, it consists of oppositely charged ion. Potassium chloride is a salt. It contains K plus cation and Cl minus anion. Chloride anion and potassium cation, and these ions are held by strong electrostatic forces of attraction. When these electrolytes are dissolved in water, the attraction forces between the ions are highly weakened. Whatever the attraction force present between the ions, there may be a cation or an anion, that force of attraction weakened due to high dielectric constant of water. Where we are dissolving that salt? In the water. Due to the high dielectric constant of water, whatever the ions, strong electrostatic force present between the ions, that will be weakens. As a result, they will be completely dissociate into their ions. So salt is considered as a strong electrolytes. So here dissociation of potassium chloride also we have given. Potassium chloride dissociates into potassium ion, that is a cation, and chloride ion. And strong base sodium hydroxide dissociates into Na plus and OH minus hydroxide ion. And acid, strong acid, nitric acid, hydrogen ion and nitrate ion, HNO3. H plus ion and NO3 minus ion, hydrogen ion and nitrate ion. Like this, strong acids, strong bases and salts behaves as a strong electrolyte. Once again, what are the strong electrolytes? Strong electrolytes are the substances when dissolved in water, they completely dissociate into their ions. Now, what are weak electrolytes? Weak electrolytes are the electrolytes which dissociate in solution to a small extent, and who the solutions consequently behave as poor conductors of electricity are called as weak electrolytes. Example, weak acid and weak base. Acetic acid and weak base is ammonium hydroxide. And here also some of the examples are there for the strong electrolytes, weak electrolytes and non-electrolytes. One more term, non-electrolytes. Non-electrolytes means the electrolytes when dissolved in water that cannot produce ions. Non-electrolytes are the substances when dissolved in water they cannot produce ions. Such substances are called the non-electrolytes. So examples we have given here, strong electrolytes, again sodium hydroxide, sodium chloride and hydrochloric acid, or HNO3 or H2SO4. And then electrolytes, weak electrolytes, example water, acetic acid and ammonia. And non-electrolytes examples are sugar, alcohol and oil. Here chart also given for the strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes. What are the differences are there in this chart also. As we know that strong electrolytes are the compounds that completely dissociate into its ions when dissolved in water, whereas weak electrolytes are compounds that partially dissociate into its ions when dissolved in water. So the strong electrolytes can completely dissociate into ions, and weak electrolytes can partially dissociate into ions. And strong electrolytes examples already we have given. Strong electrolytes include the strong acids, strong bases and some salts, and weak electrolytes includes weak acids, weak bases and some salts. Here students, electrolyte versus non-electrolyte chart is also given. the electrolytes and non-electrolytes. What is the differences between the electrolytes and non-electrolytes? First we will go through the definition. Electrolytes means electrolytes are the substances that produce ions when dissolved in a solvent, whereas non-electrolytes are substances that cannot produce ions when dissolved in water. And then production of ions in case of electrolytes dissociate into ions, whereas in case of non-electrolytes cannot dissociate into ions. And in case of polarity, in case of electrolytes, polar compounds are there. Polar means what? One contains the positive and another contains the negative charge, positive and negative charge. And in case of non-electrolytes, they are non-polar compounds. And electrical conductivity, regarding the electrical conductivity, electrolytes can conduct electricity when dissolved in solvent, whereas non-electrolytes cannot conduct electricity. And then examples, already we know that for the electrolytes there may be a strong electrolyte or weak electrolyte, NaCl, calcium phosphate and many other ionic compounds. And non-electrolytes are sucrose, glucose, ethane. These are all non-electrolytes. So next is degree of ionization. What is the degree of ionization? Means the fraction of the total number of molecules of an electrolyte which ionize into ions at a particular dilution is called the degree of ionization or degree of dissociation. What is degree of ionization or dissociation? Means the fraction of the total number of molecules of an electrolyte which ionize into its ions. That fraction of number is called the degree of dissociation or ionization, and it is generally denoted by the symbol alpha. Okay, the degree of dissociation is equal to the number of molecules of the electrolyte dissociated as ions divided by the total number of molecules of the electrolyte. So what is the formula for the degree of dissociation? Degree of dissociation is equal to number of molecules of the electrolyte dissociated as ions divided by the total number of molecules of the electrolyte. So this is about ionic equilibria. In that we have studied what is ionic equilibria, what are electrolytes, and what are strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes, and examples and differences between the strong and weak electrolytes, and then degree of ionization. Thank you, students.